Hello there, moin moin ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Donboxing, and today I have for you something hopefully very interesting. We have the Pula, I can't speak Chinese, but this is the Anvil. Yes, we have here Pula's newest, latest and greatest, actually written here, 114, yes, because this thing has 1 dynamic, 1 bone conduction and 4 balanced armatures. And yes, after my current experience of bone conduction, let's say has been a bit rocky at best. Let's see how this one does. And yeah, I also like the PaO2 quite a bit, even though it had some quality controls to begin with. But yeah, today we check out if they actually improved with the Anvil here. And yeah, I bought this myself, so yeah, just my own thing and no disclaimer needed. Let's open this. The box definitively reminds me of what you get with the PaO2. And also the minimalistic like print thingy it has going on thing here also reminds me of the PaO2. Although this time it's not stickered, it's actually printed, so that's an improvement. And let's remove the cardboard, if I can do that is. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Alright. Yeah, there's already a small improvement potential here for a Pula. Make this a bit less tight, like how am I supposed to get this out, bro? Like, what the hell? Okay, sorry, I had to actually put it between my legs in order to pull it out because it's pretty tight. The actual box, again, it's, yeah, like cardboard-wise, it's thick enough. You can see that from the back here. A relatively thick cardboard. But you can also see this box here already has like signs of usage apparently. And there's no markings whatsoever. And also this here is, like, it doesn't feel like really good quality box. So I've definitely seen better at other companies here. On top, bit of protective foam. A non-printed sheet on top again. Yeah, this is Pula style here. And then the actual IEMs here. Let's get those a bit closer. Those actually look good. Although, is this scratched or is it just... Hey, this is scratched right from the get-go. Yep. Okay, so... first big... this thing is scratched right from the get-go on top here. This is not nice. And yeah, I've been trying to rub it off now. It's still on here. So... this sheet of paper is rubbing on this IEM and directly scratching it. I will definitely write the seller about this. This is not really acceptable in IEM at this price point. But the faceplate itself actually looks pretty nice, I have to admit. They go for this like you want to see like galaxy swirly thing going on. And again, the camera is not really able to like capture it as well as it looks in real life. Especially because the algorithms my smartphone is using here makes it look more colorful, but somehow less 3D than it is in real life. It's a bit more washed out in real life, but it looks pretty nifty. And then yeah, you have the Pula thing in here again. And yeah, like black, but like you can see a tiny bit through in the resin here. Big R indicator print on. Looks kind of cheap, I have to admit. Should have made that a bit better. 4 pressure holes on top here. Wow, that's a lot of pressure needing to be escaped here. And the 2-pin connector here, you can see not color matched at all, but at least it's sanded off around, so that should be integrated well enough. And then last but not least, there's no other pressure holes. We need just these 4, okay. And then the nozzle here, that looks thick as hell. Let me quickly get my measuring device. Let's see how that is. Whoop. Nozzle clocks in at, that's 6.2 millimeters, and below that is 5.6, 5.5, depending on how you want to round it. So, yep, that's a thick nozzle. And also it seems like the actual insertion is a bit longer than used from other IEMs. You can see that here, this is the shell here, and then this goes in for like, let's again get my measuring thingy out. So approximately like this much. It's again, it goes 5 millimeter in plus more. This is here again, nozzle about 5 millimeter as well. So this is really deep inserting IEM. I don't think this is a good idea, Pula, I can already tell you now, because this has bone conduction in, right? So I don't think this will work for most people. It's just a bit too deep inserting. Like 1 centimeter of insertion is a lot. Yeah. But okay, let's quickly check out the accessories. So The case here actually looks pretty nice, I have to admit. This is pretty big. You can see that in comparison to my hand or to my mouse. It's basically one mouse in length and more than one mouse in depth. So it's pretty damn big. But actually it feels sturdy, and nice thing is it also feels a bit cushiony at the same time, like sturdy and cushiony, both good. Zipper here, again, this gold. I don't understand why this needs to be gold, but it actually zips open relatively smooth. And here on the inside, you can see this is the cardboard that keeps it sturdy, is cushioned, or like is not polstered, felted at the back, so you also won't scratch things here. Yeah, you can also see the quality is not the best. You can literally see like here how it's peeling apart, like how it's glued together. So that could be done a bit better, but it has something where you can put your tips in. And then we have the tips here, of which we get, hey, this is a good accessory set here. We have double flange tips in M and L, as it looks like. We have these tips here that look like they could be, don't think I've seen these tips. They look like KZ-like. Relatively thick ring around the outlet here, pretty ball-shaped. Then we have these rendo tips here, which look like the exact same that you also get, for instance, from ISN Audio. So they look like they might be exactly the same, because this black one here gives it away. So those are generally a bit, like they're a bit more sturdy in the front, like these here definitely way softer. And when we get these tips here, they almost look like Duno Candy tips. And they're also a bit softer, more narrow in the outlet here. So that's nice accessories that you get here. Foam tips are missing though. And then we get the cable here, which I think is similar to the PA02. Unfortunately, I don't have the PA02 out now. But now we get an actual modular system here. And we get all three, nice. We get here the 3.5, which is mounted by default. We get the 4.4 in the 2.5 with balanced here. And then we get the 4.4 in balanced here. The locking system here looks a bit strange because the actual thing where you... How is it screwed in like this? Yeah, it looks a bit strange. And it's also... Like, this is actually screwed. It is screwed. Okay, it's just... It has a high friction to begin with. Or what is going on here? Okay, understand. So, okay, this is a twisting mechanism, and then it's, I think, just pulled off. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so twisting and then pulling. Okay, that's a new mechanism. Actually, I like this mechanism. That should keep it pretty safe. Just something I haven't seen before. Oh, also here you can see I literally just pulled it off, and this already has like signs. Sharpen camera. Sharpen, I said. You can see I would just pulled it off and already has like signs of usage here. Like I literally just pulled it off and had pulled straight. So, I don't know. This is again just confirming my suspicion that Pula's QC hasn't really gotten better. Like even with I got a unit that comes scratched right from the get-go. Ain't the best look, Pula, ain't the best look. Yeah, so this looks a bit strange, but I like that it's at least grippable like that because it has some girth going on. And then the actual cores here, more on the thick side, something that you would also see at the Yen Canon or other IM, so nothing special, but definitively, give me this, move the accessories a bit. Smooth enough, so that's good. We go up. Here is the splitter, again, no markings whatsoever. This is, yeah, like, there's also some dirt on this one right from the get-go. I'm not sure whether it's visible in camera. It's dirty. Like, it literally just received it here and unpacked it, you saw it. And again, oh, the chin slider is unusable. This is too tight. Like, I just can't move it at all. It's just too tight. The top cables here, let me check, look like they're about the same thickness. Twisting is again done well. It stays nice and smooth. Yeah, this is a very smooth cable overall. I like that. And then last but not least, the ear hooks here. We use the same shiny aluminum here. No visible R indicator here on the cable. That's also improvable. Oh no, here. Not very readable, but there it is. Actual bending radius is rather small though. Sorry, as I was saying, yeah, bending radius is on the smaller side of things. And also this hook generally has a pretty noticeable texture. Not sure how comfortable that will be in the end. Okay, so that's the unboxing here. I will directly afterwards write the seller and tell him about the scratches, what's going on here. And yeah, then I also put in quick and first impressions after this, because yeah, this is so new on the market. There aren't many impressions out there, so it's helpful to at least have my impressions now out, because it will take some time until I have the review ready. And now we're coming to the first impressions. And as usual, I have been first listening to this, then measuring it. So everything we see later on, or everything we discuss now, is based on my impression subjectively, and then I measured them to not skew my own opinion here. And yeah, this sounds like a V-shaped IEM to me. It is definitively warm. The mids have a good warmth to it. It doesn't sound like there's too much bleed going on to mids, but definitively some. We have a good body, and the elephant in the room here is the insertion is just, it's too long. This 1 centimeter of insertion depth basically means this thing is deep in your ear canal. And even with the smallest tip I had, this is a 9.3 millimeter one, it's still too big. The anvil still doesn't fit me comfortably, and it goes so deep in my ear that I have the feeling it's like it's violating my ear canals here. It's just too much. And that means even with the smallest possible tip, I can barely wear this for like 15 minutes. And even with this, I'm not sure if I actually have bone conduction going on. Because for this, it needs to sit exactly in your pinna. Like it has to touch it, and not just touch it, it has to touch it well. And this is a problem. Because with this one, you actually get a real bone conduction driver. Not like the bridge, not like the quintet, and probably like a dozen other IEMs here, even some more expensive ones. This is a real bone conduction driver. You can easily experimentally try this. Take the anvil and press it against your temple bone, but keep the nozzle facing away from your ear. As soon as you press it against your temple bone, you will hear something. But if you remove it from that, you will basically not hear anything. I tried this, so it is a real bone conduction driver, and that is nice to hear. But the problem is, it is just too long in your ear. And I really tried to give this a fairest shot it had, and now showing you the measurements, or probably did that before. Yeah, it does sound similarly V-shaped to what you see here. Although I would argue the mid to upper treble transition sounds a bit better than the graph would indicate here, but it's definitively a bit on the V-shaped side here. And that means if you don't like V, this won't be for you, but I have to say this does V-shape rather well, even without the bone conduction driver. It doesn't sound bad. And with the bone conduction driver, honestly, I can't tell you after the first impressions, because I'm not sure if I even hear anything, because yeah, it's just inserting too wide. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, recommendations, or criticisms, please leave a comment. Donspector out.